Hello, it's Talk to Me Tuesday. It is actually Wednesday. It's Wednesday the... Oh, my phone's gone. Oh, no, don't do that. It is... Oh, slick introduction. It's Wednesday the 8th of June. Sorry there was no video from me last week. It was us kids all on school holiday, and trying to film with two small children barreling around was not good. Plus I didn't really get a chance to do much sewing before then. I do loads of comments, and I will take some photos of the back of my quilt, because I know Jules asked me what the back of my quilt looked like with the because I did Quilt As You Go, so she wanted to see what the back looked like, so I will do some photos of it and post them. I just haven't got around to doing anything. I don't know if you can see behind me, probably that way. That's my cutting table at the moment. Over here, which is my workspace where I store everything, is just a big pile of fabric right now, and offcuts and bits, and just it all needs sorting. But rather than do that this week, I have actually been sewing because I need to get my sewing in, otherwise I get a bit upset. So the things I was making were the dress for my daughter, we go to a castle here, Warwick Castle, which if you ever get a chance to come to England, I've probably said already, but come and go to Warwick Castle, it's brilliant. And I wanted to make her a dress that she could wear that was a proper princess dress, but medieval princess rather than Disney princess. So I showed you all the pattern and the fabric, and this is a dress. It looks a little weird because it's got these great big fluted sleeves, and a waist and a little tie and some trim. It looks a bit strange here, but when it's on her she looks super cute. And there is, to go around the sleeves, there's these ties that you put here, and it sort of puffs the top sleeve out, so the sleeve is kind of more like that, which is really pretty. Unfortunately, the ties in the pattern, which are these things, are really quite small, and I mean my daughter's tiny, and yet and the dress that I made her, I had to take out. When I made this dress, there was almost a panel worth of fabric in the back that was just too much. It was huge on her, despite the fact it was for her size. So I took out that back panel and rejigged it all. But these things, which are completely to size from the pattern, are just so small, and there's a lot of fabric here that it's got a clasp around, plus her little arm, and these things were like cutting off her circulation, so she didn't like them. So that's her outfit. I have worked on my son's as well. Where it is, I don't know. Hang on. So the only thing with his is that his is I made it in a poly cotton, because it's what I had to hand, and he likes it, but I just think it looks a bit naff. But I've only made him so far the tunic, which looks like this. So it has the felt on the bottom. I can't say I loved it. It had really long sleeves, but they were really thin, so I had to chop them off anyway. But they were really thin, and they kind of really hugged his arm. And again, he's not a big boy, he's quite slim, he's very slim. So I can't say I love it. It's got the lion on the front, but he likes it. I want to make him another one that's just a bit more. My husband's from Lancaster, he's a Lancastrian, he was born in Blackpool. I'm sure I've said this before, and Warwick Castle is the seat of the Lancastrian. The Earl of Warwick was the kingmaker, they called him, and he was the chap responsible for putting the Lancastrians on the throne. So that it was the Yorkists or the Lancastrians. The War of the Roses, the Yorkists were the white rose and the Lancastrians were the red rose, and through various points the Lancastrians were then put on the throne, and it was the Earl of Warwick that kind of did, ooh, squeaky chair, did all the political manoeuvring and just intrigue. It was all done by him. So it's a seat of Lancastrians, and so my husband is very much Lancastrian and wants a red rose on here instead of this black lion, sorry. Or at least Warwickshire is, the symbol of Warwickshire is a bear with a ragged staff. It's where Warwickshire is where Stratford upon Avon is, where Shakespeare was born as well. They're very close, so if you do get to come to England, you can do 2 birds 1 stone. Yeah, so I'm not massively happy with it. The boy, however, thinks it's brilliant. So I'm sure if I don't get a chance to make another one by the time we go to Warwick again, then I'm sure he'll be able to wear that one and it will be good. She certainly loves her dress. I have also made her a little circle skirt this week. I made one for Hannah because I want to make one for me, and I like to make things in miniature so that I can practice the skills and then make them big. And we have a program in this country called the Great British Sewing Bee, and it's if you've seen the Great British Bake Off, which I don't know if you get in America, but essentially it's every week they have various challenges that they have to sew for, and it's all garment sewing. So they do a pattern challenge, and then they do a kind of freestyle challenge where they get given a certain object and have to make something from it, and they also then do a big challenge at the end where they have to make something. Like this week it was, what was it? Well, this week was International Week, and they had to make African dresses with the African style dress with all the peplums and yeah. Anyway, so we have that program over here, and whenever it's on, I always get the bug to start garment sewing, and I'm not that great at garment sewing, but then it's like anything, isn't it? I suppose practice would probably make me better. So I'm making myself a skirt because the summer has kicked in England at the moment, and it's just hot. Probably not as hot as you guys are, but it is hot over here at the moment, and I am not built for hot weather. I am built for cosy jumpers and cardigans, and so I wanted some longer skirts that just allowed the air to flow and I wasn't quite so self-conscious in. So I have been making a circle skirt for me, which I will show you hopefully next week. It's all cut out back here, ready to be stitched. It has a Doctor Who theme to it, because why not? If you can do a Doctor Who skirt, why not do a Doctor Who skirt? You guys get me. And that is really it, apart from the fact that I need to do a really big tidy up, because yeah, it is looking a mess. Oh, I did make, is that it? No, that's not it. Oh, there's so much stuff here. Here it is. I'll show you this very quickly. I've been making another felt book for my daughter's school. This one I made, which is a snowman, and you can dress him up. So you can, oh, hello, not supposed to have, you can take off his scarf and you can put one of the many different things that I've made in here, a bow tie on him. There you go, see, a little tie. You can take off his hat and you can give him hair. So yeah, there's that one, and this side is going to be Incy Wincy Spider. Oh, really itchy nose, sorry. Going to be Incy Wincy Spider, and he's going to be attached, and then you can put him up the spout. Oh, that's really irritating my nose. Oh. And then I've made a princess and a pea. I've got to make the princess to go in it, but the bedding is all there with a little pea underneath. And this side is the colours of the rainbow, and these all peel off, and then you stick them back on. So yeah, I've made that. Oh! And on that note, I'm going to call it a day because my nose is really, really itching, and it's going to be most annoying for you. Yes, so I will see you all next week, and I promise to catch up with everybody's videos and comments and everything.